Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It is my hope and prayer that this video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I'm fine. Kisumu is also fantastic. Maybe you could let me know where you are watching the video from. The country in case you are outside Kenya, or the county in case you are within the republic. Raila Odinga yesterday hosted Thanksgiving party for his members of campaign secretariat in Nairobi. And during that event, Raila Odinga for the first time revealed why he accepted William Ruto's victory, despite the fact that he strongly believed that the victory was stolen. According to Raila Odinga, he did that because of fear of ICC. So in this video, I want us to look into that statement by Raila Odinga into details so as to understand why ICC, the issue of ICC, made Raila Odinga to accept the result. Before we do that, for those who are watching the channel for the first time, what we do on this channel is that we analyze politics in a way you can't find any other place. So the best thing you can do is just to press that button, that subscribe button now, so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thank you guys for your continued support, because without that support, the channel cannot be where it is. So today I want to take the next 2 hours just to read and respond to each and every comment. Please, why do you think Raila Odinga accepted William Ruto's victory, despite the fact that according to him, he won by 60%. Now let us get back to the main issue. A few hours before Wafula Chebukati declared William Ruto the president-elect of the Republic of Kenya, I received a phone call from someone who was concerned. This individual was with Raila Odinga at his current residence. And according to what he told me, they were supposed to make an entrance or entry into Bomas of Kenya, because they had received information that Wafula Chebukati was going to declare William Ruto as the president-elect of the Republic of Kenya, and he was going to use the figures which Dennis Itumbi had actually shared 3 days before the elections. The truth of the matter is that the figures which Dennis Itumbi shared 3 days before election were the same figures which Wafula Chebukati, just a slight variation, but were the same figures which Wafula Chebukati used to declare William Ruto. So according to them, when they waited for long and they started inquiring why Raila Odinga was not leaving office, they were told that Raila Odinga was not comfortable going to Bomas of Kenya, because he feared that going to the Bomas of Kenya would lead to his supporters being terminated by police officers. Remember, there were news at some point that Raila Odinga was headed to Bomas, and most of his supporters from Kibera had actually trekked up to around Bomas. So if Raila Odinga had gone there, he feared that some of his supporters were going to be harmed. And again, he also feared that if he went there, his security were going to exchange, probably with those of the DP, and even his own life was going to be in danger. And he didn't want to put the country into that kind of an environment. So yesterday, Raila Odinga explained that the main reason why he failed to appear at Bomas and eventually accepted William Ruto as the president-elect was because of the fact that he feared ICC. He feared ICC. So why do you think Raila Odinga feared ICC? Why do you think he feared ICC? Because he explained at the same meeting that he is happy man because of the fact that, at least despite the fact that he has lost elections severally, he has participated in a process of making this country more democratic. Why do you think Raila Odinga feared ICC? For me, the first reason is the international pressure. For those who follow the politics of this country very closely, just after a few days after Wafula Chebukati had declared William Ruto the president-elect, Raila Odinga addressed Azimio supporters from, or rather a press conference from the KICC. And Raila Odinga made some statements that there was some external forces which were piling pressure on him to accept those results. So the truth of the matter is that there were countries in this country, there were countries in this world who were not comfortable with Raila Odinga becoming the president of the Republic of Kenya. And one of the ambassadors, especially the ambassador for the United States of America, was not for Raila Odinga. At Bomas of Kenya, she kept on singing, declare results, declare results. In fact, when Ruto was declared president-elect, this lady was so much in a hurry to an extent that later on she had to issue another statement that for her, she was not really partisan. But the fact is, she had told Kenyans where her heart was. The United Kingdom was not for Raila Odinga. In fact, one of the things which we should investigate, and if you have an idea, maybe you could also let me know in the comment section, why do you think the international community, especially the British and the America, are not comfortable with Raila Odinga's presidency? So I think those international pressure is what forced Raila Odinga to accept the result. Number two, I also tend to think that Raila Odinga was keen on protecting his brand or his image. Raila Odinga is known the world over as the remaining Mandela of Africa. In 2007, his name was associated with ICC, with the 2007 electoral violence. Raila Odinga, as a brand, has always participated in other countries, especially to bring them warring factions together. Like, for example, when he was addressing these people, Raila Odinga narrated to them how the situation in Kenya was almost similar to the same situation in Ivory Coast, where he was the lead mediator. And he explained that in Ivory Coast, the Electoral Commission chairman declared results from a secret location, because when he attempted to declare results, some member of the commission picked up that paper he was reading from and threw it away, and he could not address the results. Then after declaring that particular result, this guy went out of the country, and later on chaos erupted, and he didn't want a situation where Kenya was going to erupt again because of his name. So Raila Odinga, in my view, was keen on protecting brand Raila Odinga, which took him a long time or a lot of effort to build, especially in Africa. Number three, Raila Odinga feared the issue of ICC because of his role at African Union. President Ruto Kenyatta appointed Raila Odinga as the African Union High Representative for Infrastructure, a role which Raila Odinga has performed effectively. And because of that role, being associated again with violence because of an election, and at his age, I don't think Raila Odinga was ready to go that route. In fact, just the other day, Raila Odinga chaired another meeting with, in his capacity as the African Union High Representative for Infrastructure, the Inga Dam project, which is a 60 billion project or more. So Raila Odinga didn't want, because of the role he's playing for African Union, he didn't want a situation where Kenya was going to go into war, and later on maybe he will be dragged to ICC, and later on at his age, having to go to The Hague to clear his name. I think Raila Odinga just didn't want anything to do with the violence because of his role at African Union. Remember, if you ask majority of William Ruto supporters, they will tell you that Ruto made Raila Odinga Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya. And if you ask them how, they'll always tell you that in 2007, when they were sure Raila Odinga was taking the presidency, Raila Odinga failed Ruto because Ruto was willing to sustain the violence. But Raila Odinga felt that his supporters were being eliminated by the police, and that at one point when Ida Odinga, for those who follow the politics, one point when Ida Odinga went to see the people who had been killed and those who had been maimed and shot at by the police at Russia and Aga Khan, when they opened for him the door to the morgue, Ida Odinga collapsed. And when she regained, she placed a phone call to Raila Odinga and said, it's not worth it. So Raila Odinga really, because of his stature, did not want to tend it. And lastly, I think Raila Odinga also was aware of Wafula Chebukati's determination to declare William Ruto as the president-elect of the Republic of Kenya. The idea, William Ruto had a very clear strategy on how he was going to win the presidency, because power is actually grabbed. William Ruto had a very clear strategy on how he was going to grab the power. He laid an elaborate plan how the voting was going to happen, where they were going to top up the votes, where they were going to suppress the votes, the counties which were complex like Mombasa and Kakamega, how they were going to be stopped from voting, how they were going to use Form 30, how they were going to use Jose Camargo to change Form 34A, using Form 34AB, you know, Book 2, sorry. So Wafula Chebukati was part of that scheme. And he was determined to ensure that William Ruto is declared the president of the Republic of Kenya. And you can actually see that from Wafula Chebukati. Even when William Ruto was addressing parliament, Wafula Chebukati for the first time became the first chairperson of IBC to attend that event. And he addressed the media and he was like, okay, Ruto, he was thanking Ruto for respecting the government, for respecting independent institutions, while he was still forgetting that the Attorney General, the DCI, the IG of police are independent institutions, while Ruto is actually firing them. I don't know what you think, but those are my takes. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day. Until next time, bye-bye.